too.
Yes.
Hi!
Yay! Hello, everyone. Oh, it's so good to be live again. It's been such a long time.
It's been a very long time, yeah.
Since January, every week, Ryan and I are like, we really need to go live. It's been such a long time. And I don't know what took us so long.
We've been busy.
We've
been on island. We've been on island time.
All right. Well, it's super good to see you. Hi, Sayolist. It's been a long time. Hi, guys on Odd Life Crafting. Woo! Hi, Adriana. Oh, and Darren. It's super fun to see you guys.
One little administrative thing is that we currently are in Bonaire, the island of Bonaire, in the ABC Islands, part of the Caribbean. And with that comes a few things, one of which is Caribbean internet. And it's kind of on island time, so it may work, it may not work, it may slow down, it may speed up. If we go down, we will come back on, so just be a bit patient with us. The other thing that this island comes with, it's a very nice island, but there's one downside, is that we are really close to the road, and the road comes with guys on motorcycles that like to rev their motorcycles up on the main street. So if it gets a little loud, that's why.
Yes, and again, it's an interactive thing. So if there's anything bothering, just let us know in the chat. The way that we usually do this is that while one person is talking, the other person tries to read the questions. Sometimes it's a little bit hard, and we do have a little bit of a lag, but we will do our best. Yay!
Yay!
So where do you want to start?
Well, maybe we should start. Well, I just said where we are. We've been in Bonaire we got back to our boat. We haven't had a live since we got back to our boat, have we?
No.
So we got back to our boat in December in Curacao, which is 30 miles that way. That's west. And we did a bunch of boat work, got the boat in the water, and then immediately came here to Bonaire, which we arrived end of January?
Yes.
I think. And we have been sitting in the same spot, minus one sail, for like 2 months. I think I just paid my 2 month fee. And we love it here. It's been really nice.
Yes, and it's lucky that we love it here because at the moment it's not that we are stuck. We are on lockdown. So unfortunately, a few weeks ago, we started to see a sharp increase in the amount of cases in Bonaire. And it was really sad because it was really, really sharp and steep increase. And the measures that were taken were more and more restrictive. And we are at the max now. I think that we've reached the max level.
Or max lockdown, but it's still pretty soft.
But it's way, way different than what it was last year. So we still have the possibility to go out and walk. Ryan and I go for runs. We can swim behind our boat. We
started diving, so we've been diving. This is like diver's paradise, and there's a beautiful reef just off the back of our boat.
Yes.
So we can't get any better than I think where we are right now.
Yes, and yes, Bad Cat, we have a curfew. It's a 9 p.m. curfew, which is, we call it cruisers midnight.
We're in bed by 9 anyways.
So it's only a problem when we have people over for dinner, but because we're on lockdown, we don't really have people over for dinner. So we don't really feel it. It's a bit lonely. We have a few friends around us, which have one friend who's pregnant. She's about to give birth anytime now.
Yeah.
And it's a bit sad because we wish that we could be with her. We wanted to, my friend Philippa and I wanted to organize a baby shower for her. And that would be a terrible idea at the minute. So,
yeah. So that's what we've been doing. We're trying to figure out our next move. There is a question, does Sophie have her visa figured out? The answer is yes and no. So that's we're not going to the U.S. this year, which is creating a little bit of a hurricane season issue again for the second year. But we have the visa thing in the works. It's just we can't do it this year. So no. So what are we thinking for hurricane season? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, we have a few options here. We have a couple of questions about the situations right now. And also, hi, Jules Anthony. Mark Larson is in the audience. Hi, Mark. Hi Mia, hi Manon. And Lars. Hi. Super cool to see you. I missed the question. No, that's it. I guess that we can go back to our plans for hurricane season, which is the reason why we wanted to do this live today. Brainstorm with you.
So
guys.
we're trying to brainstorm a bit. I think we have 3 or 4 options in the works. I think that our number one option that we're leaning towards is actually going from here north to maybe Bermuda, and then from there going to Canada, to Nova Scotia. But if you're following COVID, technically we can't get in to Nova Scotia right now on our boat. We can, but we don't have a good enough reason. So we're trying to see if that's going to be a possibility. Sophie's always wanted to sail to Nova Scotia, and I think it'd be really fun. The only issue will be getting the boat back down south. Sophie may have to leave the boat, and I'll take it through the ICW. But that's one option. The other option, as Jules said in the comments, is stay in the ABCs, which we could do. So that consists of here in Bonaire, Curacao, and Aruba. But we think that we may get a little bored here. So it's kind of not very high on our list, though it is something we could definitely do.
And also, guys, this is a first world problem, right?
It is, yeah.
When Ryan says, "Oh, we think that we're going to be bored," I mean, it's a fantastic place to be. I have no issue staying here whatsoever.
No.
Bonaire is fantastic. It's such a little treasure of an island in the Caribbean, and I don't think that a lot of people know about this place, and it is so special. So if you're a sailor yourself,
Bonaire is great.
Bonaire is amazing, and just like it's amazing on so many levels, right? There are amazing restaurants. The sceneries are beautiful.
Lots of good diving.
And in places that we visit sometimes, people are a little bit, not reluctant, but a little afraid of sailors. And you're not always welcome everywhere. I remember that last year when we were on lockdown in St. Martin, I think that it was a part of the population that was afraid that the sailboats were bringing the disease to the island. And we definitely felt it. Here in Bonaire, it's completely different. The locals come on the cruisers group to say that, hey guys, like we really like you. We're so happy that you're here. And this morning there was a message circulating on the same board saying that the government wants to talk to the cruisers to get ideas on how to make it better or how to improve infrastructures for the boats that are moored here. And it is, I mean, to us, it is so wonderful. It's amazing. So if you have a boat and you're cruising or you're planning on doing it, make a little stop by Bonaire. It truly is a hidden gem.
So that's second option. Third option is to go and do a Atlantic circuit in the next 7 months. So we'd go from here maybe to the BVI if they open, to the Azores for the summer, and then maybe to Madeira, Canaries for the fall, and then in the winter come back across here to the islands. Yep. That's another option. We're leaning towards that one or Canada, depending on the status of. Yes. We know the circuit we could do. It's just a lot of sailing. It'd be about 6,500 miles of sailing. And the other option, which Sophie brought up today, was Brazil, though I think it's going to be quite hard for us to get south.
I think there is. I don't know why I discarded Brazil. I think I know why, and it's because COVID-19 in Brazil was particularly
still is
difficult. But something is about to change for us, and it is that I'm so excited about this. Next week on Tuesday, Ryan and I are getting vaccinated.
Sophie's pumped.
I'm so happy. You're happy too.
I am happy. Yeah, we've been trying to get a vaccine for a month now, and we finally got a date, and we got our second date also. So that's great. So we're gonna get vaccinated, and hopefully that will open some doors as we travel a little bit.
And also, just like it will make me feel safer. You know, I will not have a problem going to Brazil because I'm scared. Like, you know, right now I'm even scared to go on land because over it is estimated that over 6% of the population on the island is infected, and I'm scared of that. So I think that getting the vaccine is going to change your life for like that part, like this anxiety that you feel about potentially getting it, even though the risk is still low because we protect ourselves, we don't go to shore much, we wear a mask, we wash our hands, we do everything we can. There is still that anxiety that we feel, and so getting the vaccine, we're getting our first dose on Tuesday, is going to absolutely change the game. Bonaire is distributing vaccine to absolutely everybody on the island. Everybody. So that's, everybody who's on Bonaire right now has the possibility to get a shot, which is incredibly generous and fantastic, and we are enormously grateful for it. So now I'm more open to Brazil because at the time that we leave Bonaire, we will be vaccinated, and I feel safer.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
So that's pretty much our news. We're trying to make a decision on where we go. And yeah, so we're looking for some input there. But in the meantime, we can take some questions.
What vaccine are we getting? We're getting the Pfizer vaccine. It is the only vaccine distributed on Bonaire at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm not picky.
Okay.
I'll take anything.
James Beal keeps asking the same question, which is random, but I kind of like it. Are we ticklish? I am. Yeah. I'm super ticklish, especially at my feet. You're not as ticklish as I am.
Okay, that was a random question.
Very random.
Thanks for the question. Okay,
ticklish.
So where in Canada would we go? So Canada is still at the top of our list, and it is because for some random reason I've always wanted to go to Nova Scotia. It looks amazing and beautiful, and I'm aware that it's cold. But guys, we've been living in Sweden for 10 years, and we sailed in Sweden the 2 first years. We were sailing in our foul weather gear in July, so we know about cold weather, and I enjoy it. But I really want to go to Nova Scotia. The scenery looks amazing. I love the Caribbean, don't get me wrong, but I'm more of a northern latitude type of person.
I don't understand why, because you are the coldest person on the planet.
I wear socks. I can just wear bigger gloves.
Sophie at night, we're in the Caribbean. It's like 25 degrees Celsius at night, and Sophie's under the comforter. I'm sweating like in my underwear. Sophie's under the comforter with socks on in full pajamas, and she's still cold. I don't get it. And you want to go to Canada? It's crazy. I love it down here. You can just jump in the water. You can't do that up there. It's cold. It'll be too cold. So saw a couple questions for me now. Ryan, this is from Chuck. Ryan, are your ears okay when you dive now? Absolutely not. I still have issues with my ears diving, but I've learned a few tricks and they seem to be getting better. So I just go down really, really slow. Typically, it's quite deep off the back of our boat right now. I think it's about 15 meters right off the back. So in the front, it's a little shallower. And I typically just grab the mooring lines and just go down really, really slow, and it tends to help. So, but I still have some issues with it from time to time. Usually when I get below like 8 or 9 meters, my ears are fine. So then I just do my thing. It's quite nice, though. We haven't been diving in a couple of weeks, so probably need to.
No, but apparently you're not really supposed to dive once you've received the vaccine.
Oh, for how long?
Why did we where did we read that?
I didn't read that.
I think I read something about that.
I didn't read that. I
don't know. Oh well, anyways. So yeah, Double Star, our friends, Double Star, you guys are supposed to come here. Just friendly reminder. No, I'm joking. But yeah, okay, so that was the Canada option, the Brazil option, and then it was the Azores option.
Yeah, those are the 3.
Okay. Did you talk a little bit about sailing to the Azores, why it's cool, but also kind of like a hard one?
Yeah, well, it's a lot of sailing, and then going to the Azores is the hard way across the Atlantic. It's definitely not a trade wind route. So for us, that's a little bit more intense. We probably take crew. So yeah, we're just looking into that and what that means. Just a lot of sailing.
Yes.
We haven't really sailed. In the last year, we've sailed like in the last 12 months, we've sailed like 400 miles. That's it.
Yep.
It's not a lot. So
here is another yeah, here is another reason why going to the Azores would be difficult, because we would, I think that we would 90% go back to the Caribbean in 2022 or at the end of hurricane season. So that is 2 Atlantic crossings. And while it sounds cool, and even I'm like, yeah, that would be really fun, but there is a cost to crossing an ocean. And before we did our first Atlantic crossing, it's a lot of like safety equipment that we upgraded. It's a lot of spare parts that we buy. It's a lot of maintenance that you do at once because you want to make sure that you have everything in check. The price of the insurance changes as well.
No, it won't change much.
Probably not this time. But like there are all of these hidden costs to crossing an ocean, and not to mention the fact that it's super taxing. It's taxing on us. It's taxing on the boat.
Yeah, there's definitely a cost. It's not free. So we, I don't know. We'll see. I think we still have a little bit of time to think about it. And if Canada opens, I think we go there. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Mia asks, any haul out and upgrade yard plans for 2021? Here is our pattern, Mia. Every year in February and March, we buy a whole bunch of stuff that we figure out will improve our lives on board. We have certainly done that this year. And in April, we wake up and like, oh, we have no more money. 2, we have upgraded this boat to the point that it is getting a bit ridiculous. And I can't see how much more we would upgrade this boat now.
Well, I mean, in the yard, when we were there in December, we did a lot actually, but the big things were we put new engine mounts on, we pulled the shaft out, put in new cutlass bearing, put in new stern seal, did a full engine service. You just did that. And then we dropped the rudder, put in new rudder bearings. I did a few electrical upgrades like I always do. So we didn't get to the fun upgrades until we actually got to Bonaire, where we weren't even planning on doing anything. But what happens is when there's a lockdown, I get really bored. So then I start like pulling stuff apart on the boat and start getting ideas. And then like randomly one day, Sophie and I saw a photo. We've talked about it for a while, but we saw a photo of somebody putting in one of these Daewoo mini washing machines. And we were like, should we just get one of those? Because this laundry here is a pain.
I don't even remember. When did we decide that we should get a washing machine? How did that happen?
We just were like, we're so tired of going to the laundromat. We're just like, let's just get it. And we had friends coming from Martinique where you could buy it. And we're like, let's just buy it. We'll put it on their boat. They can bring it here. And in like a week, we had it purchased. They got it here. And then 2 weeks later, we had it installed. So we now have a washing machine. That's big news. That was a fun upgrade. And then I just upgraded our stereo. So I pulled all the old speakers and put in an amp. I now have the bumping stereo system I always wanted as a high schooler in my car. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, Ryan installed a stereo with an amplifier. And I am not really versed in audio equipment, but when Ryan tested the amplifier, my God, it was, I think that you killed fishes when you did that. Oh my God, terrible. But we have a really nice, we have a party room now. Polar Seal is a party boat.
And Sophie bought a disco ball.
Because of course I did. We were initially going to do this live 2 hours later. And watch the sunset together. And once the sun was going to be down, I was definitely taking the disco ball out for you guys. But it's a little too early, so I can't really do that. But it will make an appearance in a video, I can promise you.
So that's kind of our yard. So we don't have any more plans for the yard. Oh, yeah, the other big thing we did in the yard was I put on very expensive to me anti-fouling paint. It's this, maybe some of you have seen the video. It's this Selic 1 from Hempel. It's a silicone-based anti-fouling, and I really wanted to try it, so we put it on. We've had it on now for 2 months, and I would say it's not exceeding my expectations, but I'm not disappointed either. So we had a pretty good amount of growth. We went sailing the other day, got it up to about 7.5 knots, the boat, and there was growth still. It's just a green slime. It's not like big barnacles or anything, but there was a growth along the water line. but the whole underside of the boat, the keel and the rudder were completely empty, and you can still just take a small towel and like rub it under the bottom of the boat, and it works really well. So that was the other thing we did. Yeah.
Look at Mark. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna out Mark Larson in the chat right now. Mark is Ryan's old college roommate and college friends. Mark is like, I thought the stereo you had in Iowa during our college years was your dream stereo.
Yeah, I mean, on a moving object in my house, it's a little different.
That's so funny. Steven asked if the washing machine works.
Yeah, the washing machine works. We used it a bunch of times. It's great. If anybody's got a boat and they're looking for a solution, these Daewoo Minis are like, they're awesome. It only holds maybe 2.5, 3 kilos. So it's not a lot, but they take very little water and very little power. And the one that we got actually has a dryer built in. We don't use it down here. It takes a lot of power, but we thought it might be useful if we go back up in the northern latitudes just to get stuff dry if we need to. So yeah, it's working. It's awesome.
Yes.
It took us a few days to get it like mounted because you can't just sit it somewhere.
It was interesting. Mounted. It's gonna be a fun video, this one, because it's so cool that we bought the washing machine in Martinique where we were not. I called every store to get our hands on one and pay for it, and then we had friends in Martinique, friends that are anchored behind us. You may see their boat that transported it from Martinique here in Bonaire, and then the install was super cool. Anyways, I want to. Make a toast. How do you say that?
Make a toast
to Sailing Excess, who bought their boat and are on their way to sail the world. Congratulations,
Yay!
guys!
That's awesome. Good job, guys.
Super cool. I love hearing those stories.
I have one that somebody asked. Okay, first off, like we haven't done this in a while, or people just very chatty today.
Amazing. We love chatty people.
I feel like there's so many questions that I just can't, and they're not like the normal questions too. So I want to answer them. So we're trying to like keep up, guys. So
okay.
Anyways,
so
hold on.
James and Philippa, because somebody asked a couple of times. Bad Cat asked. James and Philippa are friends on Equus. If they are listening to this, which I doubt, I don't really know what they're doing right now. I'm not sure that they're gonna come. They may pop up. Maybe. We didn't tell them. Mostly because I was focused on something else today. Anyways, go to your question.
Somebody asked if we've ever considered doing a video in French, which is a good question.
So I have done a video in French. It's an old one. And I realized back then that people don't really like it. Most people don't really like it. Our viewers, you guys, like our videos because you can understand them and they are typically in English. So the day that I made a video in French, I spent 10 hours crafting subtitles for that video.
It was not well received.
It was not very well received. No. So while I would love one day to make like more videos in French, because Ryan's French is beautiful. It truly is something worth hearing.
Ooh la la, une baguette.
It's not always super well received.
It wasn't well received. No.
So yeah.
Just following up on the anti-fouling, there's a few questions on that. It is holding up well under the bottom of the boat, and no, it should not come off when the boat comes out of the water. In fact, when you pressure wash it, it should just take the stuff off really easily. That's the idea. So we'll see.
If you were to rate this silicone anti-fouling from from 0 to 10, where is it at?
For my expectations, I'd give it right now like a 7 or an 8. Right now,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I have this like sneaking concern in the back of my mind that like this isn't going to work at all. This is expensive, and then it's going to be really expensive to take off because it's silicone, so you can't just sand it off. It's going to be a mess. So that was a concern, but it seems to be like doing what it says. I just don't know if our boat goes quite fast enough, but it seemed to work. One thing I have noticed is that any vertical surfaces, so like their keel and the rudder, nothing is attaching to those surfaces. It's just specifically the waterline. There's a lot of stuff, or just under the waterline. The bottom of the boat seems to be fairly okay. So, and then the bow for some reason is getting a lot of growth on it, but it just wipes right off. So The worst part of the boat is actually the propeller right now.
Sean asks, how are you liking your Mark Grasser alternator wake speed regulator?
It's awesome.
Yes.
It really is awesome.
Oh, guys, like talking about game changers, Brian really transformed Polysteel into a powerhouse. Not that we are thinking about selling Polysteel right now, but whoever ends up buying Polysteel is going to get a lot of value for the boat. Because we are so energy efficient on board. Like we have all the power that we would need for literally anything. It's fantastic, and that alternator is a big part of it. Thank you.
The alternator helps. It's like our little generator. We actually have big plans. I don't know how much of this we can talk about. How much do you want to talk about?
About the what?
No,
we can't.
Okay.
We can't.
We have some other big plans coming. We're not going to talk about it, but there's some cool stuff that we're working on.
We have a lot of things that are happening for us right now, and we are very, very excited about them. We will let you know when the time comes, but just know that those last 2 weeks, I would say, have been
been fun.
Pretty freaking amazing.
I got some new projects to work on.
Me too. All right. What's your favorite whiskey? Well, we don't really drink whiskey.
No, we don't.
No.
I don't really drink anymore.
I think that the last time I drank whiskey was when we arrived in Orkney at 4 a.m. in the morning.
That was like 4 years ago.
In May 2018.
Yeah.
It tasted strong. It kept me up. Anyways, puppy, baby, kitten. Of course, it's Jules asking.
None of them.
Unfortunately, none of them.
Huh?
I will take your kittens, though. They are cute.
What is the most challenging aspect of this life? We just had a long talk about this yesterday. And I would say the relationship.
Yes. So, spoiler alert, guys. What am I spoiling, really? The next video that we are publishing this week and that I'm editing right now is a video about all the things that I wish I knew before moving on board and starting our adventure. And I think it's going to be a good one. Normally, I release my videos early on Patreon on Sundays, and it's not going to happen.
She was so into her video editing like 5 minutes before the live. No, I'll give you more than that. It was like 17 minutes before the live. It was like, hey, so we have a live like in 20 minutes. And she's like, what? I had to shower, get ready.
Yeah, okay. So that video it's going to be released tomorrow on Patreon and Tuesday for everybody else. But in this video, I talk about how the hardest part, which I did not expect that's what it was going to be, is the relationship. Like, we prepared our sailing skills, we prepared our finances, we prepared our boat, but I mean, I wouldn't say that we didn't prepare our relationship, because you and I had Ryan and I make no secrets of it. We work with a couple counselor. We have had a couple therapists for 5 years now, and we don't see her very often, but she is a fantastic card to play when we hit a roadblock, which happens because you're American, I'm French, we lived in Sweden, now we live on the boat. And, sometimes we need like that extra little tool to communicate. And our couples counselor has been a fantastic, asset. I'm going to call it an asset during our sailing adventure.
We do. We've started doing a thing called Office Hours with Ryan on our Patreon group. So it's a live chat session for Patreon members. And it's more of a time to like talk about tech stuff, but also just boat stuff. And this question came up yesterday, and I think the answer that was kind of generated was a lot of people spend the time to get their boat ready, they get their project ready, and they get the sales ready and all that. But a lot of people skip the part that you need to get your relationship ready too, because it is a totally different way of living. So I think that's been the most challenging, although I'll say the wild card in the whole mix was COVID. That is something like a global pandemic was something that we definitely did not plan for, and that was a bit challenging.
Yeah, well, but I think that it was challenging for the entire world.
I did not read in any of this, like, cruising sailing books like Beth Leonard's book, The Voyager's Handbook, there was nothing about dealing with global pandemics.
Or zombie apocalypse.
I wrote her a few emails and asked why that was left out, but no response.
But yeah, I don't even remember why we were talking about that.
No, it was the most challenging.
Yeah,
part
definitely
of it,
the relationship. And I will not spoil what's in the coming video, but yeah, we do talk. I do talk about it. Anyways, Arga asks, when are we coming to Indonesia?
I think we've had a bunch of questions about Asia. Like, are we going to sail the Pacific? And Sophie and I really want to. Like, we keep talking about it, and we're like, God, we really want to go to the Pacific. We have a few things, personal things, holding us up from doing that, and it has to deal with our work and this visa situation. So hopefully in the next couple of years, we'll be able to make the leap into the Pacific.
Yes.
But the problem with the Pacific is just like, it's just internet connections and transportation.
Yeah,
issues,
and it's also a bit isolated. And right now, Ryan and I are working with an extra challenge when it comes to our relationship with the United States and how far/in there we are going to be able to be. Again, it's not something that I can talk too much about at the minute. We will when it's time, but in the next few years, yeah, we're gonna have to monitor where we're going. But it's no secret that my big dream is to sail to Japan and sail in Japan, and for that we would have to go to the Pacific.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That is right. Let's see here. Here's a quick one. Where's the Lego? I have. If any of you really follow us, you know that I love Lego. I actually have a hard and fast rule that I do not allow Lego on the boat, even though sometimes it really hurts me. But I lose enough stuff and find enough random things on the boat. I don't need little Lego pieces like winding up in the bilge pump. So I just don't have Lego on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really good. I don't bring any Lego on the boat.
You know what? If you wanted to bring Lego on the boat, I would not have a problem with it.
What's going to happen? I'm going to have a little Lego thing. It's going to be sitting on the shelf. We're going to heel over someday. The thing's going to break everywhere. Then you're going to go down without your shoes on. You're going to step on the piece and you can cut your foot. And you see, it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to do it.
Okay. Here is a cool question that we get from My Boat and My Life. How long is the delays on your videos? It has varied a lot over those 3 years that we've been having this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right now it's 0. There is 0 delay. So the video that is coming on Tuesday, I filmed yesterday. Yep. there it is. I said it. No, but
like the next video is going to be like a month old, maybe, depending on if you do it, the next one.
Yeah, we'll see. So I have a little bit of a buffer behind me, but those are videos that I know that I'm going to be publishing a little further down the road. So for now we're at 0. And I will admit, I'll be completely honest with you, that it is.
What have I done?
Ryan just zoomed massively on the screen.
I wish you guys could have seen what I just did.
That's right. Finding the inspiration to make interesting videos for you guys to watch while we are stuck on the boat and on lockdown. It is a bit challenging, but I try to think about subjects that could be helpful to you, and especially to people who are trying to make this lifestyle happen. So if there are any videos that you would like to see, right now I am completely super mega open to inspiration. Send your questions. What would you like to see? I thought that a video about all the things I wish I knew before moving on board.
Did you mention that? I was looking at questions, so I didn't hear everything you said. But did you mention that if people have suggestions, but specifically related to this lifestyle,
yes.
And how do we show this lifestyle, either how we got into it or what's going on with it, and not just we like showing the sailing and the fishies and stuff, but
the sailing,
there's
the
a lot of
and
knowledge
stuff.
Too that we can pass along as well.
So yeah, we're not lacking topics, but right now we just happen to have a window in which creatively we have a little bit more room to do things that normally we have so many stories to tell and so much stuff to show. So don't hesitate.
Somebody asked, I noticed you guys don't really follow any other popular sailing channels. Ever think about partnering up? So that is a correct statement. We don't actually watch a lot of sailing channels, and it's funny because when we meet people that are out that said, "Oh, we watched your channel, and now we're out sailing, but we don't watch your channel anymore," it's like the common thing because we just don't have time to watch YouTube, and we're already out sailing, so there's not enough need. That said, we do personally meet up with a lot of other channels that are out there. James on Sailing Zingaro was recent.
Yes.
And then Billy and Sierra from
and Marcus and Julia.
Billy and Sierra from Tulas in the Summer are good friends of ours.
Bo and Brandy.
Yeah, Bo and Brandy. So yeah, like we do meet up. We haven't really done a lot of collaboration. We spend a lot of time with those people and talk about like the channels themselves and how to do what we're doing like better or share ideas. But we haven't really done a lot of collaboration.
The thing is, we don't try to just collaborate for the sake of collaborating. We just happen to meet those people and becoming really good friends. And that's it. Yeah.
We just become friends.
we just become friends.
We do kick around ideas, and like with Billy and Sierra, we've done a lot of like trading off things. Like when we were stuck in Spain, they helped us out a little bit trying to find a ride. And so we kind of help each other out through different things.
Yes.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Billy and Sierra.
Yeah, they're great.
They're awesome. There are a lot of questions that are coming right now.
It's kind of all over the place.
Oh yeah, my God.
What happened to our Twitter account, Sophie?
Oh no.
The Twitter account's dead. We don't have the time.
Okay. Here is a very honest answer to this question. Because it's not only the Twitter account, but it's also Instagram. I haven't posted nearly as much. I'm usually extremely active on social media, and I do it because I love it. I love sharing. Very honestly, in the last 6 months, so between in 2020, between April and December, we went through some rough stuff emotionally. And I was not in a place where I felt that there was anything fun to share. It's no secret. You guys saw that when we tried to go back to Curacao, things did not work out. And even when we came back to Curacao, there was this adjustment period where, we were still in lockdown, working on the boat. And it's there. I haven't really wanted to share everything on social media because I wasn't in a place. But I think I'm kind of back now, so maybe I will revive the Twitter account because I'm pretty happy these days. Thank you for this wonderful question. Okay, anything else that you see, honey?
Yeah, there's some good ones there was a good question about internet on board.
How does Sophie do her makeup when you guys are sailing heeled over? I scream. I yell at Ryan to stop the waves.
That does happen sometimes.
Ryan, she's like, "Can you please stop the waves? Thank you." Like just 5 minutes. I'm trying to put the eyeliner on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So on this internet question, we're jumping all over the internet question. That is a challenge sometimes. Europe, it was not an issue because we had European SIM cards and the data is pretty good. And the connectivity in Europe is pretty good. The Caribbean, it's been a little bit more of a challenge, and you got to get creative. I have turned into a SIM card. Would you say like a SIM card mafia member down here in Bonaire?
You are the SIM card mafia, right?
I'm bringing in SIM cards from Curacao and selling them to cruisers because we found a guy who's got a good deal for cruisers in Curacao, and it works in Bonaire, but there's no him here, so I'm him. There's a couple comments about Starlink. I think Starlink's going to change everything for boaters, especially people who want to work remotely on a boat. But it's not quite there for boats yet. So they're geo-locking their stuff, so it doesn't work for a mobile boat. But I think it's going to change the next couple years or a year or two. So I think it's coming really quick to have good internet everywhere while you're out sailing. I don't know if that's actually a good thing. Sometimes when we're out sailing, I like the fact that we have no internet and I can just put my phone down and I'm not tempted by anything. Sophie doesn't really like that, but I love that idea.
Sorry, I was reading questions.
No, I just like the idea that when we're offshore sometimes that we can have no internet and there's no temptation to look because there is no internet. And if we have a Starlink and stuff, it's great. we can live stream from the middle of the ocean, but then you can still look at your phone. And I think it takes away from some of the experience of really being in the middle of nowhere. But I don't think you agree with me.
No, to an extent. Somebody, Tim asked, do you listen to podcasts? And yes, I am a major podcast consumer, and especially when we're offshore on watch, that is all I do. I listen to podcasts and audiobooks. I love it. It's amazing. I am such a basic person. Like if you look at what a woman between 30 and 35 would listen, that is what I listen. True crime, documentaries, like relationships. That's the kind of stuff that I listen to. Yeah.
We got asked, how do you print enough money to buy the boat that you want?
All right. So this is a typical question for our community. We do not have the answer to that, but I mean, there are.
Printing the money. You need to get good plates that are really well done, for the money, and the paper's got to be correct.
Stop it. Okay. We have currently 377 people watching this live. I mean, there must be somebody having the answer to that question here. So, guys, help bad cats. Okay.
We've gotten a lot of people, not a lot, but there's been a few people asking for a day in the life. You've done one already, or a couple, like day in the life of Sophie.
Yeah.
But never me, because I get so tired of the camera. Maybe I should do just like a day in the life of Ryan. It's pretty interesting, let me tell you. It's not interesting.
Oh my goodness. No, I saw another question about if we had air conditioning.
No.
No, we don't.
No AC. Although, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. How about a short cooking on board series? Yes, I should do that. No, but that's what I'm saying, guys. Like there is no shortage of topic that we can talk about, but right now I just happen to have a little more freedom because I'm not super backlogged in footage. I am at editing at Instant Tea. Is that how you say in English? Instant Tea?
I've never heard that.
No, probably not.
Ever.
Okay, well, we're passing. Anyways. Any question?
I don't know. I need to look. I got a little behind.
Oh, I didn't know that AOT was, what it meant was end of the internet. That's cool. I had no idea. AOT is the name of Sam and Sydney's boat.
Oh.
They're cool. They're nice people. Okay.
Somebody asked earlier if we got our own dive tanks and stuff, and the answer is yes. We actually bought our own dive gear here. We got a pretty good deal on used dive gear and tanks, so I went ahead and did it, and I'm not regretting it because I actually think there's value to having at least one set of dive gear on board just in case you need to go into the boat to do something. So I'm all about it, but we have two sets for one for each of us. They seem to work.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So are we going to go back on the news in Des Moines telling us about your life a year later? It's funny that you ask because Ryan's mom the other day was like, hey, you should send this video update of your situation right now to Andy Fales, who's the journalist on Woo 13, who interviewed WHO 13. The
Woo.
What?
All right. It's okay.
Did I not say that right?
No, it's fine.
Okay. WHO 13. We were on the news in Iowa a year ago when we were in real trouble because we couldn't escape St. Martin, or the situation looked pretty not very good. And so we were on the news in Iowa about that. It was fun. So yeah, why not? We should contact Andy and tell him, hi, we're back. Same thing, different location. Oh, well. Okay. Sophie, ça te manque de parler français. If I miss speaking French, it's funny that you ask because I actually do. I haven't spoken any French in a very long time, and I can feel it. I can feel that my French skills are kind of going down. For some reason lately, I have had to contact several people in France and have sometimes a bit of a hard time expressing myself. Anyways, Who made fun of me because of Woo 13?
No, that was Steven.
That was
He
Steven. Of course it was Steven.
I can't use your mouse pad. It's so... Anyways, somebody, let's see. There was a question.
Is Hello World still for sale? The broker isn't calling us back. I will ask the question.
Hold on. Hey guys. Oh, actually,
Håkan!
actually, he's right there. I don't know if it is. Okay, so Jules asked, so new washing machine, new dive gear, where will your crew sleep? This is actually a bit of an issue. We kept adding stuff to the boat, and I was like, we don't have space for this, and then I found a space for it. But now, and with like this new project thing that we might have coming, I'm getting to the point that we are like out of space.
We said
like,
that
I don't know where I'm going to put a few things safely.
We have said
we can put
that
stuff all over the boat, but it's not going to be safe.
we have said that ever since we
The dive
owned
tanks
boat.
are a bit of an issue, so we may sell the dive tanks before we leave. I'm on the fence about that. We'll see.
Okay, this is a good question, Ryan. Do you have a plan to save the world?
I have no plan to save the world.
Oh, come on.
I'm on island time.
You're my superhero.
I know, but
Okay. Oh, hi, Tony and Susan. Is sail the only way to travel to the Caribbean? We are looking for a pilot house trawler. So we see a few trawlers around the Caribbean.
Yeah, we do.
The only thing that trawlers do and that sailboats do a little less of is the rolly. Trawlers tend to roll.
So what we've seen with the trawlers that have been down here is that they put they need to put I should know what it's called because I wanted one for the boat. Never got it. The stabilizers, the little stabilizers that are out on the side, they really need those because it does get a bit rolly. But yeah, we don't see a lot, but we do see them down here, or even motorboats out. So yeah, you can definitely do that. There was a big motorboat here in the marina a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's true. Anything you guys miss about Stockholm? We're a couple that moved to Stockholm from abroad, and we're just planning to buy a sailboat. Ah, that is so cool! My God. Okay, welcome to our favorite city in the world. Stockholm is it is such a cool place, guys. What I miss about Stockholm is walking in the spring around Södermalm with like a coffee to go. And just taking in the views of the city. You can take the ferry from Södermalm to Djurgården to the national park and just take a beautiful walk in the crisp air of the spring. It's such a great feeling. Stockholm is beautiful.
Flopper stopper, that's what it is. Why did I not remember that? You remember how it was going on and on for years about getting a flopper stopper? We never did.
Yes, thank God.
I still think we don't have any room for it, but...
So there is a liquor store across the street from Vandentwil. They have rosé from Provence. Like the wine selection on Bonaire is quite all right, I found. It's a bit expensive. I'm the only one drinking wine on this boat. I mean, I'm the only one drinking, period. So yeah, there is that.
How was our sale from last year from the Beneteau from St. Martin to Curacao? That was one of our best sales we've ever had.
Yes.
The wind was like 120 degrees the whole way for 4 days.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We just pointed the boat. The wind didn't shift. That's not true. I think we had one night the wind, like for some reason, spun around on the other side of the boat, but it was just for like an hour. And off we went.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
It was really cool because for all the crap that we had gone through between March and June last year, that sail, it took us 2 months to come to the point where we knew where we were going to go, and that sail was just flawless. Like we had a deadline, everything was scheduled in time, which you should never do when you sail, but everything went just perfectly. Did you see that? Did you see that comment about how you have so many things that you will soon have to repaint the waterline?
Yeah, I actually talked about. Well, we didn't.
We have already repainted the waterline.
We didn't raise the waterline along the side, but the back of the boat wasn't painted all the way to the back, so I did that. So I kind of raised the waterline in the back.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it needs to be raised. No, but the reason I'm hesitant to raise the waterline is there's you can pile a lot of stuff onto these boats, but stability wise, they're not made to have endless amounts of weight. So for me, having a water line from the factory there tells me if I'm getting too much weight on the boat. So it's kind of just like a good indicator. If I raise that, then all of a sudden I'm kind of telling myself that, oh no, it's okay to have this much weight on the boat. So I would prefer to leave it.
You are about to add quite a bit of weight.
No, it's like a small child. I'm putting a small child on the boat.
It's not a small child,
but
it's like
it is.
It's like a preteen.
It's a half of me, maybe less. It's less than me. It's like a half a listen. It's like a half of Orion.
We're excited to tell you what's that extra weight about.
But yeah, it's an issue.
But anyways, yes. Okay. So have you thought of Panama for hurricane season? So we have. I even suggested to Ryan that we would try Belize, in that coast.
I'm not super thrilled about that.
Ryan is a bit afraid of the pirates. And if Ryan is afraid of the pirates, then I'm afraid of the pirates. Yeah. That's how. Hablas español? No, absolutely not. French, English, Swedish, but my Spanish is like not very good. All right. Any other question that you saw? Oh yeah, here is a good one. If we were to buy another boat, would we buy a Beneteau? Where did I saw that? Yeah, buckboard freight. Yeah, I think I would buy another Beneteau. Now, if we were to upgrade this boat, it would have we have upgraded this boat so much, and she has become so comfortable and so everything we need and everything we like, that for me to go over to another boat, it would have to be a massive upgrade.
Which is what we want to do. I just don't have the money for that.
No.
So.
Fine
for now. Now the problem is if we get into a bigger boat, like there's a couple boats for sale here in the Anchorage, and we look at them and it's like they're great, they're nice, but the amount of work that I would need to put into it to get it to the level that I feel I'm safe on and I'm comfortable, like life stuff. It's a whole nother project. We're pretty comfortable on this boat. It's a little small for us now, but I can't build in more space. I can build more space, but it's not the point. But so yeah, it would have to be a special boat, but we have some in mind. They're just too expensive.
Yeah, we have a lot of boat in mind. We have the dream boat in mind. It's just we have absolutely no money to buy that. Like nowhere in the world could we afford that.
Somebody just asked actually about the view of electric boats, because that is becoming more popular. More people are talking about it. We have an electric dinghy we love. And I think electric boats for certain applications are great. Having an electric motor, especially if you're coastal sailing, you come back in, you can charge up the batteries at night. It's awesome. If you're going offshore, the idea is you're going to be sailing. So a lot of people say, well, okay, you're going to be sailing anyways. You don't need the motor. But I'm not, I'm a little engine happy anyways, but there are times you may need to motor through the lulls and the winds with the high pressure systems. And now it's raining on us.
Is it raining?
A little bit. It'll pass quick. Little squall coming through.
Oh guys, welcome to Bonaire.
I personally think the motor technology is there, but the battery technology is not quite there. So I think in maybe 5 years, the battery technology, it doesn't need to be a lot more, but it's going to be there. And then that setup will work well. I think a hybrid setup is the way to go today if you really want electric. And there's been hybrid diesel electrics out it's how old submarines were powered, hybrid diesel electrics back when submarines first came out. So it's not new technology. So that would be the best way to go if I were going to do it. So Jimmy Cornell just tried with his electric catamaran. They were going to do a whole ocean or circumnavigation with it. They got from France to the Canaries and turned around and went back to France because it just wasn't meeting their expectations. Then again, they also had everything electric on that boat, including all the winches. Like it was crazy. And it's not how you need to operate a boat. So if you're going to go all electric, you got to be smart about your power consumption. So.
Okay, I see that a lot of people want to know what's the dream boat. I mean, obviously, and guys, just take just a couple of seconds, open a new tab, and Google Garcia Explocat 52. It's like it's a catamaran. It's big. It's aluminum. It's made for exploration and adventure sailing. That is our absolute dream boat. There is no way in the world that we're ever affording this boat. But it's a dream boat. I mean, that's what it is. It's a dream boat. The Polar Seal is also, he's better than the dream boat because he actually exists. But there is that.
Speaking of other YouTube channels, Bo and Brandy just chimed in.
Hi guys!
So yes, we do know other YouTube channels, and they're one, and they're awesome, an awesome couple. If you haven't checked out their channel,
are coming for. Oh my God, guys, we need to Skype. We need to Skype.
We hope that they come down here
sooner
than later because there's a reason why.
There is a reason why you should be coming here soon. Talking about that, guys. If
is
any
Sophie
of you
pregnant? Hold on.
No,
Sophie...
I'm not pregnant.
No.
Guys, I'm drinking a beer.
It could be no alcohol.
It's got 4.9. No, I'm not pregnant.
Is the battery business still doing okay? So as a lot of you know, I'm a partner in a company called Dakota Lithium. And yes, the lithium battery business this year has been booming. We market towards the outdoor marketplace, and well, because of COVID, people have been off doing their own thing outside. So they've wanted batteries, and it's been really cool actually. And we're coming out with some new different batteries, and that's part of our little project here. So yeah, it's super, super good. Thanks for asking. Yeah.
But you've also been doing, don't sell yourself short. You have been doing a really good job with that company. You guys have done such a great job at making those batteries really good, really efficient, price them at an interesting price point. Like you have really developed a marketing strategy that works well. You've done so well. And
the market itself this year has just been booming. In fact, if some of you are in the market for lithium batteries right now, you may find it very hard. Oh
no! What is happening? Oh, this is not good. Oh no, we're back.
Are we back? Sorry, we had a major computer freeze there. So if you're in the market for lithium batteries right now, you may find it's really hard. Like a lot of different places are out of stock, and that's due to this like global supply chain issue. It's actually happened before this boat got stuck in the Suez. So it's just suppliers can't make the stuff fast enough. There's not enough shipping containers to ship the stuff. There's not enough boats going around. So it's just like, it's crazy right now getting stuff to people. So yes.
So Annika, the name of the battery company is Dakota Lithium. And it's really funny because we were the first ones to install Dakota Lithium on our boat. And we made video about lithium batteries and, you know, why they're better on a sailboat. And then people started putting them on their boats too. And they're amazing. I mean, it's been over 2 years now. We love our batteries. They're really great. But we start seeing people with Dakota Lithium on their boats, and it is such a cool thing. If you are considering buying batteries, drop us a quick message before we...
Shameless plug. But the other thing is, somebody asked, do we have them on the boat? We certainly do, and we put them on the boat when we first introduced them to the boat market so that we could try them on an actual boat. So we kind of put our money where our mouth was with those. And well, we were the first ones to make sure they actually worked, and we really put them through their paces. So I'm quite confident. And we get customers that have questions about their own boat setups, and I usually try to help as much as I can. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Lindsay. Dakota Lithium batteries. Here, okay. I know some people have been asking about our take on the Ever Given in the Suez Canal. And guys, we're not professional captains. We're not at the level that those people are. So, and I understand that accidents happen, but I want to talk about something. Tell me that you're an idiot without telling me that you're an idiot. Did you see like this penis drawing on AIS? Like just Google Ever Given penis.
Yeah, but honey, the thing is, like, okay, I have two things about this boat crash, or the grounding, and the one that happened in St. Martin that everybody was flapping around. You have to be so careful judging people right when, like, the internet has made armchair quarterbacks like a thing, And it's
Maybe
not,
I have become one.
It's not okay because like none of us are there. None of us know this. That boat is taller than the Empire State Building. So, and it has a lot of windage on it. So
Why would you throw a piece
yeah, I know,
with it?
but babe, there's people that have been on that boat. I'm not saying it's okay, but there's been people that have been on that boat for over a year and they haven't touched land. Do you know how boring it would be sitting on a boat, just going back and forth across the ocean for a year with nothing to do? You're sitting at the Suez for like a week waiting for your window, and you're like, what are we going to do, guys? I don't know. Let's just do a little drawing on AIS. No one's going to see it. Little do they know they're going to run aground in the Suez and be like a global phenomenon.
Like, hello world, we're coming here to beat you.
I'm not saying I would do it, but I get why they did it. So anyways.
Yeah.
I hope they get it freed, though, because it is quite a big mess. I heard that if they don't get it out by tonight, they're going to start offloading there's 18,000 shipping containers on it. And if they don't get it off, they're going to take like 600 off. That's going to be a massive project. Anyways, onwards.
Okay, Sophie, any chance of saying something to my skeptical French wife to help her make the choice? There is nothing that I can personally say, but we have some advices for people who have a partner who really want to go sail and have a partner that is a little bit skeptical. If you do a good job enough of tuning in to the reasons why your partner is not super willing to go, you may find a compromise. And we've met a lot of people whose partner were not the ones dreaming of sailing initially. But because those partners have done a good job at listening to, okay, what is it that you need? Like, how would you be more comfortable? What is it that scares you? You know, it is that teamwork that makes it possible for the partner to be like, yeah, it's actually going to be a good time because I know that I can rely on my partner to listen to my needs when, you know, I put myself in a very vulnerable position. So I think that the words to convince your skeptical wife really should come from you. I know it sounds lame, but that's my best tip on the subject.
Yeah, I think listening, like Sophie said, like trying to find compromise and really understanding what their concern is and trying to find a compromise to that. And that can be, we've met people that compromise in so many different ways. That could be that maybe you sail the hard stuff and they join you at places. That could mean getting a different style of boat. That could mean, so our friend James and Philippa, she loves working out, and she made the deal with James that when they go to a different port, she gets to go find the local gym, and whatever that costs, she gets to have her little gym membership for, you know, a couple of weeks. And that, because that's really important for her. So there's all these different ways you compromise. And I think that's like the most important thing. But if you just kind of say, no, you're being dramatic and that's not a concern, don't worry about it, it's never going to work.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, that's a cool question. Shell asks, as cruisers, what food snacks you'd crave but can't get?
Oh, man, I can tell you. What do you give your list and I'll give mine?
No, so here's the thing. When I crave something, I try to make it. Oh, my God.
Wish we had a video of what was just happening.
I wish we could just turn the camera.
All right. So what are those foods?
Okay. Here is my basic female 30-35. I miss Starbucks. I do.
Sophie has been making Starbucks. What were you making?
I have become a barista. I have made my own caramel macchiato and pumpkin spice latte. Yes.
She's been doing that.
It's soon April. I'm drinking pumpkin spice latte in Bonaire in 30 degrees heat.
Somebody said Pringles. I love Pringles, but oddly enough, you can get Pringles anywhere in the world. There's like some things you can just find everywhere in the world, like Colgate toothpaste. It's everywhere in the world. I don't know. My thing is there's like some fast food from home that I miss. In the Midwest, there's a taco place called
Taco John's.
No, Taco John's, and it's way better than Taco Bell. And Sophie bought me the last time we were in the U.S. She bought me like a $30 gift card for Christmas for Taco John's. It was amazing. Miss Wendy's. Taco John's, I would like. We're trying not. We don't want to sell out this channel with sponsorships and this and that. We really like want to be true to ourselves. But if
Taco John's reached out to Ryan and said you can eat for free,
we would have Taco John's plastered all over this thing. Oh, we would. They'd be shipping us tacos.
No.
Oh yes,
absolutely.
So if you see that someday, you'll know my dream came true.
Absolutely not.
Taco John's. Here's a funny one. My mom makes for Christmas. She makes this Chex Mix. And so for those who don't know what that is, it's like a little Chex, like a little cereal with some pretzels and some nuts mixed in, and then a lot of butter, some Lowry's seasoning, and yeah, that's about it. And then she mixes it and she bakes it and she pulls it out, mixes it more, bakes it again, and it's like this taste that is amazing. And I've never been able to find Chex Mix in Europe or while we've been out. And when we were in Curacao, at the Vandentwil, which is like the most expensive grocery store on the planet, they had everything I needed. They had the Chex Mix. I found like not Lowry's, like the Lowry's seasoning, but like something close. They had, and how much did that all cost? About 2 boxes of Chex Mix and peanuts and
your
pretzels.
Chex Mix cost about $50-$60.
It was like $60 for me to, and I made it. I never made it before, and it was not quite the same.
You
but
have to do it again.
It was, well, I can't find Chex Mix here in Bonaire, so I have to go back to Curacao.
But I had the same experience making my own Starbucks drinks.
Wow.
The first ones were not good, but I tried again, and now I have perfected the vanilla latte, the caramel macchiato, the pumpkin spice latte. So yeah, I make fresh pasta now on board. What else do I make? Like everything that we crave, I try to reproduce in some way, which is always a fun project.
So if anybody knows anybody that works at Taco John's,
no.
Please, can you?
Oh.
The marketing department would be great. No, but like today I found wheat thins at the store and I almost bought some because I love wheat thins too, but they were like $4 or $5. Colby Jack cheese.
Oh, wait.
Sophie doesn't eat cheese.
People are talking about the Schwartz sandwiches in Montreal. My God, I had those. They are truly amazing. And it's funny that you say that, because one of the reasons why I'm so keen on going to Canada this year is because I would really like to take Ryan to Quebec and Montreal. It's a region that I love. I absolutely adore. I was there a few years ago, and oh my God, such a great place in the world. And those Schwartz sandwiches, wow, mind-blowing. Love them. Okay. Do we have any other question, Ryan?
So the food thing is, we covered that, you think? I think it's interesting because what happens is we get these cravings, and then like in places we go, you'll randomly find this stuff. You're like, oh my God, they have like Curacao where we were parking our car, they had a random Starbucks there.
Yes.
And so like now we know where the Starbucks, and like the airport randomly had a Wendy's. Nowhere else on the island, just at the airport. So we could go, although we never did that. Okay, so that's our food craving. Again, if anybody knows anybody at Taco John's, I'm just joking. I'm not joking. So this guy, Fly VFR, is asking, good question. They heard I was a pilot. He's an airline captain dreaming of sailing, but zero experience. Has there been any crossover that was helpful? Absolutely. There was tons of crossover. In fact, when Sophie and I were in sailing school for 2 weeks, one of the things I think that frustrated Sophie the most was that there was a lot of stuff just reading charts and understanding about things like true north and magnetic north and weather and different things like that I was just so far ahead on and so confident on. Really, the only thing you need to learn is like actually sailing the boat, and then all the fixing stuff in between. But it's just like the sailing, the rest of it, like navigating and weather and all of that. That's all you got that down. So it's a really good transition both ways, sailing to flying and flying to sailing. I think they both really work well, and we know a lot of other pilots that are out there that are doing the same thing. So it's definitely a good transition if you've got that experience. We know a lot of pilots that are sailing. Yeah, there's an old WestJet captain just behind us in the anchorage. So yeah. All right. Have you guys thought of going south to Suriname? Suriname, that's like north of Brazil. It would be
I think.
really hard for us to get there from here. We'd have to go kind of on a little northerly tack and then turn to go south, because it's like straight into the wind until we get to the kind of the turn of South America. So I don't know, we haven't talked about it much, but
this vaccine for me is going to change a lot of things and in how I can project myself in different places. I was very hesitant to go south because of that issue. I don't want to get COVID. I don't want to get it. I don't want to spread it. But being vaccinated, I feel that we can start, protecting ourselves a little more. Somebody asked if when we need new clothes, we buy local or we order. It's a really good question because we do need clothes. They are exposed to a harsh environment.
We are in desperate need for clothes.
No, but we do need use. Yes, sometimes you are. So I buy clothes locally everywhere we go because typically that's the type of clothes that you would need for the climate. I found this little shop in Curacao. Oh my God, I wish I had spent more time and more money there. For Ryan, typically what we do is that when we're back in Stockholm or in the US, I bulk order clothes. That's right. We have come to the point in our relationship where I've bought most of Ryan's clothes. And then he tries it on for like 10 minutes, keeps what he likes, sends back what he doesn't, and that's how we buy the clothes.
I think my clothes stash is pretty okay. Actually, the fun news is that I am starting a little t-shirt line. And we've got the first like 3 or 4 done.
Yeah.
So we're having some test ordered down here before we put them on the website. They'll be pretty cool. It's not Ryan and Sophie or Polar Seal related. They're like just kind of sailing, funny, stupid shirts.
Yeah. Like Ryan's own crazy ideas on t-shirts.
Yeah, because I have a few. So we got a designer who's also actually, they were cruisers more on Instagram, but had a YouTube channel called Not Vikings, some other Swedes.
Yeah.
And she's been helping us with the design because I am not a designer. I can draw like little stick figures. They look great. But she does actual work that looks good.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
So we have done a crew shirt, a t-shirt for crew, because it feels that at this point we should have one. It feels like a fun thing. And then a few other like funny ones.
We don't send the crew shirts out though to past crew. Like Jules and Tenny aren't going to get one. They have to come crew again.
Yeah, you guys have to come crew again. Because you have to, period.
No, so there's another question that was a good one.
We have a lot of okay. Do you ever get tired of the YouTube thing? No.
Come on. Let's be honest about that.
What?
The YouTube thing.
What's the YouTube thing?
YouTube. Like, do we ever get tired? Do you ever? I think the question is, and maybe I'm wrong. Do we ever get tired of filming and making videos?
No.
On YouTube. Okay. I don't think that's true.
Why?
No, sometimes we've got issues with the filming. And like there's a struggle on board with like
yes.
So yeah, like it is how do I say this? Let me put it this way. We love our community. We really love the community that YouTube has like enabled us.
Yeah.
But sometimes like I'll put it this way. I hate the camera sometimes. I've been trying to be better about it. But there are days Sophie pulls that camera in front of my face and I just don't want any of it.
No, I don't get tired of it. I like it. Yeah. I think it's fun. And that's why I continue doing it, because it's fun.
But we love all you guys. We really do. That's like one of the things that keeps us going. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but it's really true. Like we really love getting emails from you guys and telling us your stories and asking questions. Like it's awesome.
New clothes, less laundry. Nah. We live in a very hot climate, so we don't have to do a lot of laundry because we don't actually wear a lot of clothes during the day. That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay. Next, your supermodels don't need clothes. Thanks, David.
Somebody asked how the water maker's doing. Water maker is doing awesome. So I know a lot of you have seen the video, but we installed a water maker from Seawater Pro, and essentially you have to build it yourself. And then this year, what we did was we put we put a different motor on it, just a different 12-volt motor. one that I can change the brushes on a little more easily than the old one. And then we put a new membrane in and a new control panel with a little different knob on it. And for some reason, we've been getting like 5 more gallons an hour out of it. So it's been like really amazing.
Yes. I mean,
really good.
Guys, the combination of our lithium battery with the high output alternator, our improved water maker, and the washing machine.
I think we were just talking about this today about like cruisers. You know, a lot of people ask, what would you do to a boat or what would you look for? And I think the advice we kind of came up with today was really good. And again, it's just like our own opinion, and it's not what you have to do. There's so many ways you can do it. But like we kind of said, if you were going to get a cruising boat and spend money first, I would not spend money on like new downwind sails and a new parasailer and like a brand new main, unless the main has like a hole in it. But like spend the money on getting a good electrical system and a good water maker system. And what else was the other thing? Good electrical, a good water maker. Yeah, like those things. The things that make your life a little more comfortable, because you spend more time on anchor than sailing. And then once you have that covered, then go out and start buying the sails, the fun sails that you need. Because we kind of did a mix of both. And I like, the more I think about us talking about that, the more I really agree with that advice.
The thing is, at the time that we started sailing,
we had no idea.
But we also did need new sails. Yeah.
I think we got away with it for a while.
Okay. We would love you more, Ryan, if you got Sophie a puppy. Yeah, me too.
Wait, what was that?
Someone said, we would love you more, Ryan, if you get Sophie a puppy. Yeah, me too.
The problem with the puppy, I want a dog. I really do. But the issue is that if we go into the Pacific, we cannot take the dog with us.
No.
We can't. It's just impossible.
I know.
So.
It's true. Someone asked, Big Cock 85, did you think that you would have this many people watching?
Yeah, we've had up to 450 people so far.
No, but I think it meant in general.
Oh, on the channel.
Yeah. No, it's like
it's pretty big. Yeah.
We're at 43,000, almost 43,000 subscribers at the minute, and that is almost the size of my hometown. My hometown, which is in Western France, in Brittany, for those of you who asked.
It's twice the size of Bonaire.
It is twice the size of the island that we're on right now. It's absolutely insane. I do not fathom how that happened, and it's really super cool. Viens à Montréal bientôt! Yay! Yeah, I really want to come to Montreal. I really do.
Electrical question: is our boat? This is an interesting one for you international travelers. Is our boat 120 volt or 220, 240? And is it a problem when we travel? Ours is 220. It's European. And is it a problem when we travel? The only place that we've been that we haven't been able to plug into was in St. Martin for some reason. But no, we have so much solar and the alternator is so big that if we are in a marina that we can't plug into, like we have enough of our own independent charging that I don't worry about it so much. So it hasn't been a problem for us yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there is an issue though that we're now running into. So the French islands are all 220, but some of the other islands are 110. So Bonaire here is 110, and like our toaster broke the other day, and it's 220, and we can't get another toaster. So it's either we have no toaster, which is fine, or Ryan has to learn how to fix a toaster, which I may or may not be able to do, and may or may not have the time to do. It's pretty low on the priority list.
Oh, but
it is pretty low on the priority list.
The toaster's so nice.
It is, but
I should have asked you to look for a toaster at Van den Twill.
But it's all 110, honey.
You don't know that.
I do know that. The whole island's 110.
In Curacao, we could find both.
Yeah, I know, but that's Curacao. Okay. Anyway, so that's the deal.
So
yeah, sometimes that's. Oh no, but sorry, just to go on that a little more. So like we have a small leak on our water tank, hot water tank. I don't think it's anything major yet, but to get that, like a new 220 volt water tank, that could be a bit of a challenge for us. I think we could do it, but it would be logistically a bit tough. So
Yeah.
Sailboat going by. It's quite nice.
Yeah, there is a, sorry guys, there is a distraction.
We're distracted.
Distraction. Frederick asked, what would you do in life if you weren't sailing? If you were not sailing. Hi, Frederick, by the way. Long time no see. I'm sorry, I saw your message on Facebook. I really need to answer. I guess that we would still be working. We would still be rotting in our offices. That would not be very fun. I honestly don't know what we would do if we weren't sailing. We really like our lives the way that they are. I will say that when we started sailing 3 years ago, we did not imagine that we would continue doing it for as long as we did. And I don't think that we imagined that we would want to continue doing it for a long time. But here we are 3 years later. We're like, we really love our boat. We really want to continue. We're thinking about Polar Seal number 2, although we do not have the money for Polar Seal number 2. So yeah, no, I really have no idea what we would do if we were not sailing. But Ryan, look at what I just received.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Our dates were changed.
No, we need to talk about that.
Okay, just received a confirmation for our vaccine appointment. Yeah. Okay. Sophie, do you have a sister? Piper Blush looks related. It is not the first time that somebody says that I look like this person. I didn't know who she was before, but I do not have a sister. So there we are. Okay, when you were sailing before lockdown, what were your percentage of motoring versus sailing? See, most channel I watch, they are motoring more than they are sailing. Well, Chuck, it really depends on where in the world you are. In the Med, there is a lot of motoring going on because you either have way too much wind or no wind at all. And you also don't really have a choice when you need to leave a place because you're probably going to be kicked out by weather or swell from an anchorage. So you need to take that window of opportunity to escape and find shelter. And if there is no wind, you're not going to be able to sail. In the Caribbean, it is a lot different. The sailing is way better. The winds are more consistent. They will come from one direction. And because all of the windward islands are, perpendicular to the wind, it's a lot easier to sail. So I would say that in the Med, we would be probably motoring more than we were sailing. In the Caribbean, we do a lot more sailing than we motor.
We do a lot more sailing.
All right.
But I'm a bit engine happy. Sophie's pretty chill with it.
Yes.
I just want to get to where we're going sometimes.
Okay. Was there any question that you wanted to answer?
I'm a bit lost in the chat.
Okay, stop, because I saw some. Can you guys fish where you are now? We can, but we don't because in the Caribbean, especially in the north of the Caribbean, but it's not established how much of that there is going on. There is a disease that is carried by reef fish, primarily called ciguatera. And the research on ciguatera is not enormous. There is some research that has been done by Florida. But most of the countries that are affected by the disease, where fishes are affected by the disease, do not have the resources to carry out their own research, nor the resources or the interest, because ciguatera is not good for the fishing industry, for the restoration industry, like for hospitality in general. So our stance on fish in the Caribbean is, we don't eat fish. We have decided
we do very rarely.
On occasion, we will eat fish, but it's a rare occurrence. We have just eliminated the risk. Ciguatera is not a disease that you want to get, so we chose no fish, which is fine. It works. But yeah, we can fish here. We just decide that no, we're not going to do it. But otherwise, I love fishing. When we crossed the Atlantic, I loved fishing. As soon as we're going back north, we're going to be fishing again. Absolutely. Pretty excited about that. Yeah.
Okay, 2 questions. One's about the channel, but the first one I'll take is about insurance that I just popped up. How are we doing with insurance? Some cruisers are complaining they can't get insurance. So we've heard that too, especially in the U.S., that the U.S. insurance market's quite bad right now for boats, and it's really hard to get insurance. We, because we're a Swedish flag boat, can get insurance in the Nordics, and so we don't have an issue with our insurance. It's a little expensive, but they're quite reasonable and they're really good. So we have it through Pontaneous Nordic, I guess, or Sweden, Pontaneous Sweden, and it's top. So we've never had any issues, and it is expensive, especially down in the Caribbean, but they're still going, and we have ways to get insurance. So that's that. But I do know it's hard. So maybe if you're trying to find insurance for yourself, try to get a broker, and they can do the heavy lifting on finding what you need. One question that we had earlier that we haven't answered is where is the demographic? Well, what are the demographics for our channel? So like, where are people coming? Like, where are people viewing us from? I think was the question.
Oh yeah.
So we get viewers from
say where you are from.
We get viewers from all over the planet. It's amazing. Like little countries in Africa to
Singapore.
Yes, it's
Japan,
awesome. It's so cool. We get emails from all over as well. But primarily, I'd say like 60% of our market is in English-speaking countries. So North America, Canada is the big one. The UK, Australia, New Zealand, and then of course the Nordics, like Sweden, even though it's not so English-speaking, but it's just because we're from. So and then we get the last 5 or 10% is like a mix of all over the world. So yeah, that's the mix.
Yay.
It's pretty cool. And then I'd say 90% of our viewers are male and about 10 are female, but that's actually a great number for us, because when we first started it was about 1% female, and now that number's gone up quite a bit. So that's been pretty exciting for us as well. And we're getting younger and younger viewers also.
Yes, and also more women. So until now, I think that 98% of the people watching our channel were dudes. And it's been really cool lately to see how many more women started to watch. It's super cool. In the world of sailing is looking a bit masculine, and I'm on a mission to change that somewhat. So it's fun to see more people watching. Oh yeah, I'm loving how the chat is looking right now.
We got a North Dakota viewer. That's awesome. Too bad
Nantucket, Richmond.
Too bad the hockey team lost last night.
Florida, yay, Florida, Puerto Rico, Canada,
all over the place.
Sweden, UK, Atlanta, wow, New York, Indiana, Norway. Seattle, oh my god, so many cool places. Oh, that is so cool. Wow. Make a woman sailing team. Yeah, I don't have the skills for that. I am not good enough of a sailor to do that. But
will this video be archived? Yeah, you can actually access, for people who came on late, we leave these up so you can go back and look at them if you really want. We don't get a lot of people that do, but if you want to, you can.
So cool. I'm loving hearing where you guys are from. Nashville, Oslo, Oregon, Texas, Moscow. Wow. Portugal. Yay, Portugal. Damn. I really love Portugal. It's really a place where I would love to come back. Tenny was saying earlier, go to the Azores, we'll come with you. I think, what do you think, Ryan? I think that number one of my dream destinations for hurricane season is Canada, but I think that number two is the Azores. Everything all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys, we're monitoring the boat
There's
situation
a lot. It's Sunday. There's a lot of people renting boats, even though it's locked down right now, and a lot of those people clearly have never rented boats before. So.
Sailing Aurora, yeah, Lilia Holman represents.
All right, so. We've been going an hour and a half. What are your last questions for us?
Yeah, usually when we're at 1.5 hours, we say that, here, we're going to take the last questions, and we're on for another half an hour.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, we're here for as long as you think that it's fun. So,
or until the Ryan gets hungry. But maybe Taco John's can ship us down some. Just joking.
It was a sad day when North Dakota lost in hockey. That's a big part of our life here.
I went to the University of North Dakota, and they have an awesome, amazing hockey team. And last night, it was it's the big NCAA tournament. And last night...
You talk about that, I'm going to get myself another drink. I'll be right back.
Last night, they went into 5 overtimes. and lost. It was quite sad. I didn't actually watch the game. I just saw it when I woke up, and that is sad. Oh well. Anyways, they lost to the defending champions. Well, kind of, because I think everybody was defending champion from last year because of COVID. Anyways, is Sailing Zingaro doing a live stream right now? Oh, we've been suggested to crash that like we did last time. I think not. Let me find some questions. UND has all the prospects for the Ottawa Senators. Yeah, some good guys have come out of the North Dakota. Anyways, I need to stop talking. That's not what this is about. How do I afford this lifestyle? Investments or real estate? That's a great question.
I wish.
None of the above.
I wish that it was investment and real estate.
Well, actually, we bought the boat with real estate. So I had bought an apartment in Stockholm back in, when was that, 2014? And the housing market is still nuts, but it was nuts then. So I bought it, and the price like went way, way up. So when we got this boat idea to pay for the boat, we ended up like refinancing the apartment and just taking a little bit of equity out to buy the boat. So that's how we afforded the boat. So that was kind of with some luck. And then operationally, how we pay for our life is through kind of a few different ways, but most of it is that Sophie and I still work. So I work with a few different projects and I consult. And then you have some people you consult with as well.
Yeah, but these days, mostly my work revolves around this YouTube channel. And it's a dream job, guys. It's the best job in the world. That's why when Frederick asked what would we be doing if we were not sailing, I'm like, well, I have no idea, because I really love this job, and I really have our patrons to thank for that, because without this group of very special people, I would have to do something else. So thank you so much, guys. Your support means so much more than you realize.
But I think I have to keep working as well. Like
we could not.
We definitely are not. We're living it month to month, but that's how you just have to budget it, and we still work hard, and that's what we do.
We do have some savings.
Yeah, we had a bit of savings
from our life, because we had really good jobs before we bought the boat and we moved on board and we started sailing the world. We had really high paying salaries. These days it's very different, but we also live a lot cheaper. I think that some people do it on even more tight of a budget than we do. I think that we really cannot complain, but I make almost 8 to 10 times less now than what I was making before, it's totally fine with me. Again, the quality of life that we have is something that you cannot put a monetary value on.
I think we decided, like when we started this, that if we spent a few years and kind of spent a bunch of our savings and didn't really save for retirement or anything, that was okay, and that we could just push retirement back later in life. So we're young, we're healthy now, that we would rather do something like this now when we have all those things versus waiting to the future when we may not have those things. So for us, that was pretty important. And then we just see where life goes. Okay, there's an important question here. This is the most important question of the day. What is your favorite item off the Taco John's menu?
The potato lays.
Sophie likes potato lays. I'm gonna get one up you here. I'm going with 6-pack and a pound. So that's 6 tacos. I do the soft shell tacos, and the a pound of potato lays.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm getting all. Can we make tacos tonight?
Yeah, sure. You want to make them? Love you.
Yeah.
Oh, we can absolutely make tacos tonight. Okay. Here's a question that is very interesting. What did Sophie to piss off US ICE so she can't return? And I realized when I talked about my visa issues that it makes me look like a criminal when I say that I was denied a visa and it's very hard for me to get a new one. I was never in contact with ICE. But when I applied for, okay, here's the thing. When you are a European citizen or come from,
okay, I don't do Apple devices, and I just
Ryan thought that he turned off the chat. So when you're European, come from a Western country, the US has an agreement with those countries for a visa, and most people travel on a visa waiver called the ESTA, which gives you 3 months to visit the United States. You don't work. It's just a tourist thing. That is how I traveled to the US until we bought the boat. And when we bought the boat and decided that we were going to start cruising, we wanted to go into the United States with our boat. And you cannot enter the US territory on a visa waiver. You need to have a proper visa. And so 2 years ago, I went to the embassy in Paris to apply for that visa. I was denied the visa because the agent that day found me to be too much of an immigration risk. Because Ryan and I had been going to the US. We had spent a couple of months there, which was perfectly fine and legal. But Ryan is my partner. We're not married. And in the eyes of the agent, it was just too easy for me to go to the United States, get married, and then I would stay, which is a big no-no in the eyes of US immigration. So I was denied the visa. Being denied a visa is worse than not having a visa because now it is on my permanent record. My visa waiver privileges were revoked, so I cannot have an ESTA again. I need a new visa. But now when I reapply, I need to show that my circumstances have changed, that I have strong ties to my home country. And and essentially my circumstances have not changed. I don't have extremely strong ties to my home country, which could be Sweden. Because we are nomadic. My work is remote. And so when I come to the United States, I can be working, even though my company is based in Sweden. This little YouTube channel, everything goes in a company that is based in Sweden. And so for that reason, it is very, very complicated for me to obtain a US visa. We have an immigration lawyer that we have been working with since, when was that? January. So it's been 3 months that we have an immigration lawyer that is looking at our case and making things happen for us. Unfortunately, it is going to take a long time before I am able to go to the US, but we are working on it. We are working with somebody exceptional, really skilled. So
Paul is correct. It is very Twilight Zone, this whole thing. It's just mind-boggling.
Yes.
But we're just, the thing is, we want to do things legally and right because we do have such close ties to the U.S. So there's no walking across the border. There's no doing any of that. We need to do it right and in a safe way. So
the thing really comes down to the fact that we have a community in the United States. We have family, and there is only so long that we can meet those people outside of the United States. We love it there. We want to go there. We want to travel there. And I see that Vladimir asked, you need to get married. It will resolve all issues. It does not, which is also something that we've talked about to our lawyer. Eventually, we will give you more updates as they come on this visa issue status. It's going in the right direction, but getting married does not solve all the issues.
It doesn't automatically solve it. It's still like a multi-year process. You can't just like, oh, this is my wife, you can come in. It doesn't work like that. So, unfortunately.
So there we go. Yes, exactly. You can enter the US water if you have an ESTA, but first you have to take a ferry over from BVI to USVI. It is correct. We could have done that, but now that I was denied a visa, I cannot have an ESTA anymore, so can't do that.
Okay, on to something else. Have you had any issues with security, pirate stuff? How do you mitigate that risk? We have not had any issues with all of the above, knock on wood. But we just keep we just keep an eye on, places that are reporting issues. Places that are reporting issues, and just try to steer a bit clear or talk to other people that are around. And then the rest of it is just being smart. We lift our dinghy every night. If it's in a dinghy dock that we are a little uncertain about, we lock the dinghy, we lock the boat. So that's how we deal with that. Piracy can happen anywhere. So I don't know. We just have a plan on what to do, I guess. And that's what we do. That's how we mitigate. But there's no, we don't purposely sail right now, we're really close to Venezuela. There's a really nice archipelago of islands in Venezuela.
And it says, Blue Moon.
Yeah, exactly. there's a really nice archipelago of Venezuelan islands that it's just like 10 miles from here. But we have heard really bad stories about that. We heard the locals love to have boats, but the Venezuelan Coast Guard has their own ways of enforcing things. So we can't go there, which is such a pity, because that's our way of mitigating that risk. We're just not going to try it. So, yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did. Yes, somebody wrote. I did have my shoes stolen. That's the only thing on this trip so far we've had. I had taken off my shoes outside somebody's boat, and we had gone in, and Sophie had too, and the kids stole my shoes and not Sophie's. So I had to walk back in my socks. I actually thought it was kind of funny, but anyways, so I had to buy new shoes. I think your brother bought me new shoes, actually.
Yes. Okay, was there any other? I think I saw some fun questions, but yeah. Oh, Klein Bonaire, best snorkeling I've ever done. Yes, Klein Bonaire is fantastic, but you know what? We can snorkel just like right off our boat, and it's mind-boggling. It's like the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen. What is going on around us?
I think we got a little jet ski party, and we have a big squall, another squall coming in. Yes. So it's going to get interesting soon.
Yeah, we love a jet ski. Love the jet skis.
We're not even supposed to be jet skiing.
Oh no, but that's really bad. There are people swimming there.
Anyways, so you had night watches. Yeah, that's true. We had night watches in our last quarantine. That is something we did to mitigate the risk, and it worked actually. So
yeah, it's super crazy. So here is the thing. Last year when we were on lockdown in Saint Martin, it was a really hard lockdown. And there was a lot of panic going on, and one thing in Saint Martin is that there is crime. And after Irma hit the island pretty bad in 2017, and there was quite a bit of crime. So one of the first things that we did was to organize the neighborhood, the Anchorage, to do night watches. And on the first night, sorry about the jet ski, guys. And on the first night that you guys were on night watch, there was some dude rowing and that didn't want to be seen.
Yeah.
And that's when we knew, this is probably a good idea. And we don't really know if there are any night watches being organized in Saint Martin at the moment, but we know that there are a lot of reports of theft and accounts of boats being boarded at night by people stealing. So I think that it worked. Man, that jet ski really likes to jet ski around us. Sorry, guys. Oh, thanks, Klaus. Thanks so much for the super chats. Yay, drinks. Cheers to you.
I'm glad the background noise doesn't come in, but it's so distracting for us because they're not supposed to be making a wake like forward of our boat because there's lots of swimmers, and then boats come through there, and we're just like waiting for something to happen when it does sometimes. So it's really distracting for us because don't want anybody to get hit.
Ed, this is such a nice question. What is the best way to support you? So the best way to support us is to join our Patreon account. I'm really sorry about the jet ski. So there's our Patreon account, which we have been, okay guys, if you join our Patreon today, there is something kind of cool behind. There is.
Yeah, there bonus stuff.
There is some pretty cool stuff happening. It doesn't happen very often. As a matter of fact, it hopefully is going to happen only once. Anyways, the other way that you can support the channel, which is free, is if you buy through Amazon, Sam, thanks so much for the super chat. Just to make my friend Ryan uncomfortable. just to make Ryan kiss the girl. I'm waiting.
Oh, do I need to do it?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Thank you. So if you purchase in the US on Amazon, we have an affiliate link, and we get a commission for every purchase that is made on Amazon. It doesn't cost anything. It's just something that Amazon does. So we have an affiliate link, which is at the bottom of our videos. If you go to our channel, it's also in the little links on our banner, and that doesn't cost anything. So those are two super ways. And also, share our videos, put a thumb up, give us a comment. You know,
Yeah,
give us feedback.
There's lots of
free
ways, I
ways.
think, for free to support us. You know, just telling your friends about our channel if they're interested in it and having them subscribe is great. So we're always going to continue making videos and having those videos free for people to watch. So I think that's really important to us. So those are all different ways. And if you're not a subscriber, it would be great if you could subscribe.
Yes, that is something that does really help us. I think that 50% of the people who watch our videos do not subscribe, which has, I mean, it's fine, you know, it's your choice. But it does help us a lot to have a little more subscribers because YouTube recommends our videos to more people. So, but thank you so much for asking. It's really awesome.
Oh, but on the Patreon thing, I mentioned it before, but we do some other things like we do some other lives once a month, and we have
Oh, Mary.
No, but we do once a month. We do a little tech talk / open questions, and the community gets together and tries to answer different problems or questions people have. And then we also have a little WhatsApp group that people get invited to, and that's quite fun. And then a bunch of other content. So
yeah, I think that your office hours have been. I don't know. I'm not really listening because I'm usually doing something else when you're on those lives. But it sounds fun, and it lasts quite a while.
Yeah, we did it. We did it yesterday. It lasted a couple hours, and it was great. And it's just really fun to hear about other people's projects and seeing how we can help people. So that's been great.
Ryan and Sophie, your videos have been live support during these big calm pandemic days. Well, I'm so happy to hear it. I have to say that sometimes making those videos have also been, you know, a nice distraction for what's happening around us. And even today, while we're on lockdown in Bonaire, the situation is very different. But I love making those videos. I've edited 3 videos last week. I've edited the episode. I've edited a trailer for our channel. Sorry that I spammed everybody with that. And I've edited this little video that's for our patrons, our friends, and our close family. So yeah, and I'm currently editing Tuesday's video, which is I'm gonna be working quite a bit tomorrow.
I've also one thing that's been cool. This happened on this live that hasn't happened before on our other lives. Is a lot of the people watching and typing in the comments have been talking to each other and like helping each other out with different things. Some have not been sailing related. I think that's super cool. So we want to keep a positive support community around for people.
I like that question. How do you feel about talking about COVID-19? Some saying channels don't acknowledge it at all or minimize discussing the impact on them. I understand why you would do that. It is an issue that is polarizing, unfortunately. I personally, I want to be myself in our videos. I don't want to hide anything, and especially not what we think or what we believe in. So I want to talk about it because it is important, because it is part of our lives, whether we want it or not, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. It is our reality. And, you know, I will always be open about our realities and about what we think about it. So I am very proud, very happy to say that next week we will get our first dose of the COVID vaccine. I mean, guys, I am so happy about it. So yeah, I want to... When you watch our videos, you watch the whole of us, you know, like everything that we are.
We just try to keep it somewhat real, but there are topics we just don't get into. But this, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are something that we don't need to, but
No.
COVID-19 is such a big part of our realities right now.
It is. It's dictating everything. So if we don't address it in some way, it's like avoiding everything that's going on in our lives.
So guys, there is this thing going on. We can't really go to land.
Can't tell you what it is. Don't want to piss anyone off. No, it's just a reality of our lives.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Last round. Last call for questions.
Yeah, exactly. Last call for questions.
It's been a good live, I think.
Oh yeah, it's been so much fun, guys.
Here's one. Will we be at the boat show in Annapolis this year? So, for sure, Sophie not, because of the visa issue. Probably. When is the boat show? Is it in October?
It's in October. You're gonna be vaccinated.
The thing is, if we go to Canada, possibly me, because we'll have to get the boat out of northern Canada October timeframe. So maybe I can sail it down to Annapolis, which would be cool, but it'd be sad not to have Sophie there. So because I'm gonna have to bring the boat back. So possibly, but we need Canada open. So Canada, if you're listening, or anyone in Canada listening, please make that happen. And then when you make that happen, call Taco John's.
No, we've talked about it. You know, it's been at this point, it's been over 2 years since the last time we were in the US, and it's hard. We really, really, really miss it. And it's been 2 years since Ryan has been in his hometown of Des Moines in Iowa. And we have talked about how it is time for you to go. Like you need to go.
Yeah, it's about time for me to go back.
And I'm going to be sad when you go and I cannot go. It's going to be really hard. But I also know that we are doing literally everything we can for you and I to be able to go there. So we just have to be a bit patient. Oh, thanks, Gregor. I'm signing up. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you join our Patreon, just scroll a couple of posts to find what we were talking about. Okay.
Anyway, shameless plug.
No, but I'm actually a little bit excited about it.
Yeah.
But okay. It is a shame we make it so hard to allow visitors in. That's just the way it is, you know.
Hey, one thing I'll say is we get a lot of people that say, hey, if you're in this town, contact me. We'd love to meet. We would love to meet people. But what happens a lot of times is not that we don't want to. We get a lot of people that say that, and we would love to remember where all these people are, but we don't. So my point being is that if you ever see us around or know we're close by, always feel free to send us a note or just take the dinghy by the boat and say hi. We had somebody just the other day on Bonaire stop his truck while we were walking down the street and say hi. And we love it. We don't always have time because we're maybe in the middle of something, but we aren't trying to avoid people. It's usually that we just don't have the list of where everybody is. So.
And also, you know, it's I started to realize that sometimes people know, okay, it's going to make me sound a bit pretentious. I don't know. But we go to anchorages and people sort of know who we are, but don't dare to come and say hi because, I don't know, sometimes they believe that that's what everybody does and we don't want to be annoyed. By all means, guys, if you ever see our boat, please come say hi. The best thing that we get out of YouTube is all the people that we meet and all the friends that we make. And if you don't come say hi, I mean, you've seen our faces. We have never seen your faces. If you don't come say hi, we will not recognize you.
Sometimes it gets a bit awkward because we can tell somebody may recognize, not that it happens a lot, but sometimes, and then it gets like a little awkward and then somebody will say something. And so just like, we're really open hi. And friendly.
Yes,
so, yeah.
Like it honestly is the best thing about it. And now that we're going to get vaccinated, we can start meeting people again. I'm so excited. So yeah, please come say hi. We love meeting you guys, and I don't exaggerate. We love it.
Jules and Tenny did do that, and that was great. Yes. And we're still friends. And they got to witness the day that I fell between the dock and the boat and really hurt myself. Oh. It's very sad. I felt very embarrassed.
But yeah, you know, like Jules and Tenny, Chris and Tanya, that we share something in common. And we connect around it, and we end up with amazing friends that we have the best of times with, and it's amazing. Oh, our connection isn't stable.
YouTube may be. I think the computer. Oh, there we go.
Oh, we're back.
Tenny
says we wouldn't have crewed for you if we hadn't. Yeah, exactly. You know, Jules and Tenny came to see us in Portugal when we went there. And came to help us on our passage between the Canaries and Cape Verde, which was fantastic because we ended up having diesel bug in the middle of that passage, and having 2 extra hands was great. And they were also amazing crew. And guys, you come back on board. anytime.
All right, guys. I think what do you think? Should we wrap it up?
I mean, we still have 6 minutes before we hit 2 hours. I'm like, there's still 400 people. I'm like, what do you think?
We can stay for 6 minutes.
I mean, I like talking. So at this point, I mean, if somebody is watching the replay at this point, I'm like, wow, that is dedication. Sam and Sydney, you've sailed with Delos. That is so cool. Partied with Sailing Doodles, hosted 4 or 5 other channels.
I'll put a shameless plug in for Sophie. If you watch and for Delos, I guess. If you watch the Delos documentary where they go to the Arctic, also with our friends on 59 North, there is a short clip in that documentary that Sophie took. She filmed that. So then you can watch it and write us and guess which clip that is.
Yep.
So,
Stuart from Almerimar. Hi, Stuart. Say hi to Almerimar from us. We really missed the place. We miss
Sophie was
Almerimar
just saying how much she misses Almerimar.
Oh, we had such a great time in Almerimar. The community was so great. The living was so easy. It was fantastic. I really miss it.
Somebody said no tacos for Ryan for another 6 months. It's actually probably longer than that because the Taco John's is the Taco John's is only in the Midwest.
Oh, we're back.
Taco John's only in the Midwest, so it might be longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll live, although I'm really craving it right now. Talk so much about it.
Mm. Ryan, I'm in the process of buying a sailboat and want to change to lithium batteries. Can you tell us the name of your battery company again?
Yeah, although I don't want to make this like a promotional live. That kind of makes me uncomfortable. But it's called Dakota Lithium. So you can look it up. And if you are considering buying, please contact us first because we have a promotional code you can use.
Yes. If you're considering batteries, just call us. All right. Should we? How long can you run Watermaker on full batteries? Oh, we don't.
We ran it today. We ran it today for like almost 2 hours.
Yeah, but the thing is that we're charging the batteries at the same time.
Yeah, we had a lot of sun. Like the sun was crazy today, even though it's cloudy right now. So we were getting a lot of. So we ran the Watermaker for like 2 hours, and we ran the washing machine. I think the batteries are still going to be topped up.
Drinking game. Next time, a shot for every mention of the battery company. Yay!
All right, guys. I think we'll wrap it up now.
Okay, grab a salad. We got it.
A salad.
Grab a salad.
A salad.
Yeah, that's the name of the person.
Oh, grab a salad.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a washing machine. Yeah, and it's got a dryer in it. It's pretty cool.
We did.
There'll be a video coming out about that because this was one install that I actually had to get some help with. So there's a Swedish boat builder on the island who's been here for 25 years who came on a boat and decided not to leave. And I had to hire him to help me engineer the supports for this because it was a bit tricky. So I learned a lot in the process. And he managed to make the work like a week-long project, and we put it into about 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yeah. Pistolero, we have not been down to Puerto Rico, and we're not going to be able to for a little while. What's for dinner tonight?
What's for dinner? Well, to be fair, I had bought some at the store, some peppered steaks, and I was going to grill those. But now
we're still doing it.
No, I kind of want tacos now.
Okay. I guess we will be doing tacos.
I got avocados today. I got meat. I got.
Bye, Jules.
All right. We're kind of
let's just wrap it up. It was, guys, super fun talking to you as usual.
We'll try not to make 4 months between lives.
Was it really 4 months?
Probably longer.
I think it was like a long time ago.
It's great. It was good to talk to all of you. If you have any other questions, you can email us. We don't always get back the fastest, but
no, we're pretty bad at emails, I have to admit. We try to, but
it's a bit too much sometimes.
There's lately it's been a little more emails than usual, which is fun. I mean, but it's All
right, guys.
Okay, guys.
Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Us.
Thanks for the super chat, guys.
Yeah, it's amazing. Really
super
good.
Cool. Mwah. Mwah. We love you.
See you guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Or good day, wherever you are. Bye.